Hey everyone, this is Meliora and welcome back to my channel. This is going to be a pretty short video, but we finally have an update on the free trial changes that is coming to Final Fantasy XI, and I really wanted to get this information out to you. If you remember, these changes was originally teased back in May when we learned that Square Enix were looking at expanding the free trial. At the time, we didn't really have much to go on, but now we finally got some details. The changes are planned for September, and there are two pretty big ones. First, the free trial level cap is being increased from level 50 to 75, and the second is that the current 14 days limit is going away, meaning you will be able to play the free trial without a time limit. And it sounds like both of these changes will happen together during a separate server maintenance in September, but not with the regular version update. So we don't have a fixed date yet, but sometime in September. Now there's something very important that I want to clarify here, because hearing a level 75 and unlimited playtime makes this sound like it's a free trial being expanded quite more than it actually is. The core of the free trial, at least that we know right now, is saying largely the same. Most importantly, you will still be restricted to areas from the original version of the game, meaning no expansion areas. That does not include Rise of the Sealert, and of course does not include any of the expansion that came after. And unless Square Enix announce additional changes, the other existing free trial restrictions appear to remain in place as well. That means there will still be a 100,000 gil cap. You will not be able to use the auction house. You cannot trade with other players or use the bazaar. You have limited chat functionality, and you will not be able to use the delivery box, and several other restrictions. So I think that's important to keep in mind. This isn't Final Fantasy XI suddenly becoming a free-to-play game, and it does not mean that free trial players are getting access to the entire level 75 era of the game, meaning this is not a first step into a classic server. What Square Enix really is doing here is taking the free trial that already exists and removing two of the biggest restrictions. You will be able to play as long as you want, and instead of being capped at 50, you will be able to take your jobs all the way to level 75. And out of those two changes, I actually think removing the 14-day limit but end up being quite an important one for the game. Final Fantasy XI isn't exactly a game you figure out overnight, so having more playtime is just good. So if you're completely new and you're learning how the jobs works or figure out where to go, getting around the world, doing missions and quests, you're doing all that in a game that's more than 20 years old, doesn't always explain itself particularly well. 14 days isn't really a lot of time to do that in. With the restriction gone, you will be able to take your time with the game, try different jobs, and decide whether you want to subscribe without having a timer hanging over you. So overall, I think it's a pretty nice improvement to the game. Definitely not a massive expansion to the free trial that some people might have imagined when the changes was first teased back in May, especially since the original area restriction is still being applied. But level 75 and unlimited playtime is still a significant improvement over what we already have. So if you have a friend that's been curious about Final Fantasy XI, September is going to be a much better time to get into the game than before. Now, the free trial was obviously the big thing I would talk about, but we did get a handful of other updates from the A.M.A.N live. So let's quickly go through them before we wrap up, starting with the field NM, meaning the new NMs that was added in the August update to the Seekers expansion. They are still looking exactly how they want to handle the rewards. They mentioned potentially releasing gear with different stats, or possibly just increasing the stats with some of the gear that we already have. The wording here was a little vague. I still got the impression that some kind of reforging or upgrade system is what they are aiming for. As far as how strong the gear is going to be, they described it, the target, as somewhere in between ambuscade gear and around the neighborhood of melee gens. But I wouldn't take that as them saying that they are literally making melee gens level gear. So treat it as a stepping stone between Ambuscade and Meligence. It sounded more like they were giving us some general benchmark for what they want these pieces to land rather than promise us a specific power level. Another quick thing, if you're still experiencing some lag when your inventory is full, developers mentioned that they would like to hear from you. Ideally, they would like a video showing the problem when it happened, and they didn't specify how we wanted it submitted, but I would assume it's through the official forum. We also got the little tease for the Shadow Lord event. There's going to be a new item available through the Curator Moogle during one of the future runs of the event, and they specifically clarified that it's not going to be a lock style or appearance item, so whatever we are getting will actually have some kind of use. But to be clear, this item is not available during the current event that is running right now. The Shadow Lord event will come back in both September and October, so we'll have to wait to see what they decided to add. The trust point cap is also going to be increased from 50 to 60, and they are also planning to give out more trust points going forward. And finally, the next A.M.A.N live is scheduled for September 12th at 7 a.m. Eastern. So yes, like I said at the beginning of the video, this is gonna be a short one. The biggest takeaway is that we're finally getting an update on the free trial that was teased back in May. They planned it for September with the level cap going from 50 to 75 and a 14 days limit is going away. Sounds like those changes will come during their own server maintenance rather than with the regular version updates. We're still waiting on an exact date and just keeping your expectation in check when it comes to how much of the game that is actually opening up for free trial players. They're still limited to the original areas. And as far as we know right now, the other existing free trial restriction isn't going anywhere. But even with those restrictions, having unlimited playtime to actually learn and experience Final Fantasy XI before deciding if you're gonna buy the game and subscribe is a substantial improvement. And if we get more information or an exact date for the free trial, I'll make sure to keep you updated. Until then, that's all I have. Take care. Hey. You. Yeah, you. Did you know I stream on Twitch, Kick, and YouTube 5 days a week? So why don't you come and hang out with me? Okay. Bye.